Yeah, if they've done that, they've been there for a few days, so.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'll call the Whitley County Redevelopment Commission July 15th, 2025 meeting to order. This time we'll take roll call. Teresa Basinger.
Present.
Frank Kessler.
Present?
John Myers.
Present.
Mike Schrader.
Present.
Jill Western.
Here.
And I'm here. Okay, first thing on the agenda is project updates.
Can we have a special guest? Can we kind of go in that order of
That's fine.
John?
I didn't.
If you want to kind of just
Sure.
give us an update on what's going on with the shell building? Sure,
Yeah,
please.
come on.
As we near the end of our lease, we thought we'd come in and report to you where we're at. We've recently had a lot of discussion and 2 or 3 back and forths on negotiations for a lease for the building itself. It's an expansion of a local company, and I think we're into this week actually writing the lease. So our expectation is within the next couple of weeks we'll have a lease signed for the 30,000 square foot building there. I'd much rather it was done a year ago. I'd feel better, but at least it's happening, and so we're tickled about that. The other thing that we wanted to report to you is that, in addition, though it doesn't tie into that building, we've had strong interest in a couple of lots from another local company expanding their area. So we think that's going to give us a little bit of a kickstart there. I wanted to tell you that really we wouldn't have been able to do this without your support. 2 years is a long pull with that thing being under roof, but we made it because of you, and so I think it's going to work out. I'm hopeful, but I think it's a very positive thing. Where are we at with the utilities? I'm thinking water and sewer. We've got electric out there. I think gas is coming. Is there any update on that, or where we're at with that?
As far as I know, it's all either connected or available to be connected. Sewer
Available,
was,
okay.
yeah, sewer was up and ready as of what, last May, July? It's been a while.
Okay. Yeah. I know anything to the extent of what our contractors told me, so I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to go, and I think we're gonna have a lease. Our real estate agent is very confident, so thank you for supporting us and doing this, and Andy was a big help in getting the lease set up. So any questions of me?
Thank you for working with us.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so when you're ready for the next lots, of course, you'll see us for plating again. So
Yes.
not them, but us.
Yeah.
So look forward to working with you more.
Okay, yeah, it's been a good project. I think it's something that can keep us busy for the next couple of years. We've got a fair amount of land there, so, and you guys have been good to work with too from the bookwork side of it, so. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And I think before John leaves, if we want to talk a little bit so he can hear about what we're proposing on 100, we'll go to that on the agenda. Not to completely hijack your role here, Ken.
That's all right. You want to come up here and I'll go down there? No, do you want to go talk about 100s?
Yeah, I mean, just so John knows, what update you can give Brad.
Well, so I guess first off, we're planning on reconstructing the road so that it has a good pavement section. It will be slightly widened so that it's a consistent 20 feet wide. But that will probably not happen until next year. In the meantime, the highway department has agreed to add that road to the chip sealing for this year. And so it should get smoothed out this year.
Good.
If they haven't actually asked, but if the commission's willing to help with that, I know it's going to be lost funding for them because essentially, chip seal should last about 5 years and it's going to get destroyed in about a year. So just something to consider with that. And that's 5 years under heavy traffic. It probably lasts longer here. I haven't paid attention.
Okay.
Did Ryan give you a cost estimate?
No, not specifically for this road. I'd asked him to look into it, and he went ahead, and he mentioned at the department head meeting that they were adding a mile to the ceiling this year because of 100 South, so
Okay,
Can you find that out and get back with us with that?
I can't.
thank you.
Thank you. Anything else on 100 South?
Only that I need to reach out to Surf. I saw a map the other day that, they did include 100 South in their covered area, so I assume, or at least their future covered area. So I don't know if they have facilities on 100 South or not. I have not gotten a relocation contact for them, but I can try harder.
Well, I can get somebody for you,
Okay.
because I'm dealing with them a lot.
Okay, we'll move to Project Freedom.
Thanks, Kim.
See ya.
I did talk with the property owner, the building and the lot, that the road, the potential road from 600 over to either Yellow River or whatever, and they were very amicable or willing to work with us on that, as long as we somehow might provide access to their tenants. He had no issue, whether he just give us the land or give us a right of way or however we might do it. He was, like I said, all for it. And it's a local owner. I didn't realize it. It's one of the part owners, the majority owners, CEO of BRC. So it's interesting how they just ended up with that building and that lot, so.
Anything else?
Would it be worth entering into some preliminary agreement that they're willing to give us the land when we determine that, it's
It might-
how much it'd be, exactly
Yeah,
what parcel it is?
It wouldn't hurt, just, again, if we do get a developer who's interested, to know that, again, any of the variables we can lock down, that's one of them, getting access to the site. I don't know, I can talk to him and then figure out what we need.
Yeah, find out what he's interested in.
Okay,
I mean, if he's gonna give it to us, that's one thing, but if we have to buy it, then we gotta go through a process before we can enter into anything
Okay.
with appraisals and stuff like that, unless it's under a certain dollar amount.
And then at that point, we'll want a pretty well fleshed out design, I would think.
Yeah, you're gonna have to know, what the parameters are on where the right of way and the road's gonna run, so.
Have you had any more discussions, Dale, with possible developers for?
the developer who's looked at it, he has some interest, more so once he's doing something up at the South Bend Airport, so once he gets that a little more fleshed out, but he was really interested too, before he got too more sincere in this, is how we're getting water and sewer to the site. But, it would also depend on, where exactly where do we wanna take it or stub it or whatnot, but, so there's just always something else to kind of work on those variables. But I've submitted it on a couple of state projects, but I do know, it's still not really ready to go. I think I feel a little better, as we all would, once the structures are gone.
Okay. Overdeer Park Road design.
I have not worked on it in the past couple weeks.
Okay. We don't have a idea where there might be taken through there, or whatever the total design of the park's gonna be, we don't know yet.
We won't, I mean, besides, we can connect them to Yellow River Road regardless, and then take off from there. We don't know if we'll get that triangle parcel or the field beyond that.
Got a call from Thorn Creek Fire Department, or not Thorn Creek, but Union Township, wanting to know how soon they could get in there to start using the house.
Well, at the last meeting, we had the gentleman, I forget where he was from, a nonprofit, who was gonna do the barn.
It's historical society.
Okay, yeah, so he was gonna do the barn, but we were waiting on there was another building too that he would made one and stuff from. We were waiting on
They were interested in getting some of the items out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were waiting on a list of what he wanted, so we
Yeah.
could enter an agreement with them and the fire department for the rest, so.
Yeah, and he was going to get that to us either the second meeting in July or the first meeting in August.
Okay,
So,
Yeah.
okay.
He stopped by the office yesterday. They had been out there yesterday. They had taken some items out of the house. Because we kind of said, have at it. So, so they've removed items from the house. They have inspected the barn. They are okay doing whatever we want. I mean, that was kind of the discussion here before, that we just needed to all get on the same page as to, is he leaving the aluminum there for us to deal with, fire department dealing with, or is he to deal with that? But he's already got quotes going, and he's 100 mile an hour. He's ready to get it going. So I would say the sooner we tell him he can have this and this and this.
I think we were waiting on him because we told him he can have whatever the heck he wants. He just needs to tell us what he wants.
Okay, well, I will reach out to him.
Right, John?
again
That's
today
what we
and-
said, right?
Yeah.
And now with that, do I tell him that once you tell me, then I can get with you and we can draw on up a,
We're gonna have a liability waiver
okay,
and transfer the ownership of the barn to him,
okay,
or whatever else he wants.
okay. Yeah, I think it was just that and the corn crib and,
I think if you could get a list from him of everything he wants, we can get this all done. Because then the fire department can burn the rest.
yep, I'll call him this morning.
Okay.
We'll have to have Scott out there to make sure we can burn what we need to burn. But
I don't know what that means.
what is, they were asking too, do we need to get some paperwork with Thorn Creek or Union Township Fire Department too?
Yeah, we have I have the agreement done already,
Okay.
ready to go. We
Okay.
just been waiting on the barn piece and what they're gonna
Does
take.
trustee need to sign that?
Yep.
Okay.
If we
I
can
talked
have
to him.
a list from him in the next week or so, we can sign everything at the next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I assume, Kim, that they got their permit from IDEM?
I don't know whether he did or not. Oh, you talking about the fire department? I know he was working on it. I don't know if he's got it in hand yet.
It's not been issued to me,
Okay.
so.
I know it takes a while, he said it, but, I'll make contact with him again, ask him if he's got it yet.
Do they have a target, Kim, like date-wise, when they'd like to?
Just before the weather gets bad.
Okay. Just wondering if there's kind of like some
Yeah.
drop-dead date we should be working toward.
No, they just like to get started as soon as possible. Whatever we're gonna be able to do with it. I don't know how we're gonna, I guess it'll all have to be hauled out of there if you just burn it down.
You can bury brick, stone, and concrete on the property. But everything else would have to go to landfill.
Can we make s'mores?
Hopefully we don't bury all this brick, stone, and concrete right where our road is going.
Yeah. What, can use it, the
Yeah.
base.
Well, digging it back up.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Okay, anything else on the project out there? If not, we went through the Rogers Market. Larwill, John?
I've called, jeweler had a couple times, he hadn't called me back, so I don't know. I mean, as much time as he's been spending in the Caribbean over the winter, I think he'd want a little money to, you know, maybe buy a new sailboat or something.
Yeah. Okay, US 30.
The local committee met yesterday about the level 3 Propel study to get some feedback and create a recommendation. Generally, the level 3 study creates between 4 and 5 different options for each segment of the highway, varying from no build to full freeway level, and then flavors in between that. Relevant to the industrial area, it pretty much lines up with what we've been talking about for however many years. Of course, SDI is its own thing, but then probably cutting off 400, having an interchange at 300 / Page Road, East Business 30, that area. With the development going on there and the timing of it, it feels like that's probably not going to be at 300. It probably would make more sense to move it as we had proposed, but that'll be, time will tell on that one. They do have 100 not being cut off, which to us at the local committee felt like a low-hanging fruit to cut that off, route everything over to 300. There are some pros and cons to that, especially if 205 is a full interchange. So that we're still thinking should be cut off just to prevent. The best thing it really could be is just a right out. All other access movements really just aren't that feasible. It's difficult now. Making it a higher level highway will be even more difficult. Columbia City, pretty much as expected. The only really big variable is the west side where you have Lincoln Way, the possibility of new interchange over there versus an interchange at Lincoln Way. The western side of the county is really, each one of the packages just is very variable. Some have full interchanges, some are basically minimal access. We have a lot of road cuts over there. So we're recommending something that isn't freeway level, which is kind of a back step from what the committee had been pushing for, but that's recognizing the need to still have all those accesses and perpetuate that. There are other ways to deal with it, maybe frontage roads and so on, but that's outside the scope of this study. And then for Larwill specifically, again, not really anything too unexpected there. 205 would go through. It may be relocated in, I think, 2 of the scenarios, but it would still go through. A couple of the local streets would be cut off. Binkley Road, NDOT actually is proposing not full access, but overpass through there, and that seems overkill. Especially if you have a full interchange at 5, that would relieve some of the current pressure because people tend to divert to Binkley to avoid Larwill, but if you make a full interchange and easier access through Larwill, then Binkley becomes less important. So all of that will eventually factor in everything we're doing here, of course. The expectation is it's becoming more apparent that NDOT's plans are to work from east to west. Still not solid, it may still skip around, but from what the coalition is hearing, that's the expectation. Just SDI will be next, then 600, and then just continue westward. So we're looking at, timing-wise, the next 20-some years. If we take five years per package, 20-25 years to get across the county.
Additionally to that,
Yes.
I attended a meeting with Allen County. They've hired DLZ to perform an engineering study for County Line, it's County Line Road and Yellow River Road and Butt Road, in preparation for applying for federal funding to upgrade those roads to accommodate closing or vacating 800 or County Line Road between Yellow River and US 30 and taking that extra traffic. And they want to keep us in the loop, which is nice of them.
Yes. Anything else on 30? Any walkthroughs, Andy, or?
I don't have anything scheduled. I was gonna kind of wait for
Okay.
the summer to kind of wrap down a little bit.
Okay. Miscellaneous matters.
We have 2 rezonings on the agenda for tomorrow night's Plan Commission meeting. One is a small rezoning from industrial park manufacturing to heavy industrial out in Park 30 for Jackson Oil and Solvents. They're looking at taking over the Pyrotech building. The rezoning is to allow for external fuel tanks for fuel distribution. And so that requires a rezoning. The proposal, we talked it over with them. It is only a portion of the property. It's basically the 100 foot by 100 foot
Yeah, I think
area
they're-
around the
I think
tanks.
they're talking like a 6,500 square foot area for the bulk tanks.
So that would be located on the north side of the building. Because it is a very tight area, it's really to work with the zoning code more than anything. The zoning code has a lot of leeway on certain things, but this particular one for flammable fluid storage, chemical storage, it's pretty restrictive. So that's coming through. They do have some hoops to jump through with the Owners Association of Park 30. They still have to get approval there, so rezoning is just one of the steps they still have to go through. The other one is the Brent Schrader property. As you know, part of his property is in the TIF district. It's zoned industrial. He wants to bring on the other properties that he owns to south of that, which are outside the TIF district, on as industrial as well. So he's filed for rezoning for all the remaining fields that he has that are contiguous to industrial. There's been some concern that this would lead to solar. That's not the proposal. It's purely a change from ag to industrial. Dale, size-wise, what are your thoughts?
As far as
Increasing it, would that help this
well,
perspective?
I mean, yeah, I'm not advocating the change. It's something, Brent is talking to me about. We have seen, I do get requests for larger projects that are, 250 to 300 acres. So I've relayed that. Then the question is, well, what kind of projects are those? A lot of them tend to be battery or EV related, and not necessarily logistics. Of course, none of it is what I would call heavy manufacturing, but it'll be interesting. Again, the water and sewer aren't there, or at least the capacity. How attractive is this site to somebody, knowing that, I don't know. I said, sure, we have opportunities for projects that are larger than what he has zoned, industrial, but that doesn't mean just because it's rezoned, somebody's gonna like that site.
Where's this?
You,
Do you remember where Leeward Solar was looking at doing their project out south of town?
No.
Okay.
Page Road.
Rayburn.
Page Road and the railroad
Hey
crossing.
Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he
The railroad
doesn't
crossing.
have any prospects?
nope, he does not.
I don't think that's gonna
Mhm.
go over very well because,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's a very preemptive rezoning request. So his properties are these, these, does he own this one?
Yep.
Okay, so these, another owner is this, and then the ones that he's looking to add are these down here, all the way down to 300, so basically.
And over.
And
Yeah.
adding that one. So basically adding these. Importantly, it would add access to Raber Road, Maury and Page Road, and getting up to Business 30 are all very difficult, whereas Raber is a higher classification road. So that's about the biggest point in favor of rezoning that far south preemptively in order to get access. However, it doesn't get you closer to utilities or anything else. It gets you farther away.
and as far as some of the prospects I might know of, it's not a very elegant site, you know, as far as, it's a lot of acreage, but it's not a nice rectangle.
Yeah, it's kind of an upside down boot shape. And then if you add in the other property owners to the east there, it's T-shaped. So,
But you can get to rail.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's a sewer line there, but Plymouth City said no to everybody else so far. So the sewer line goes down Raber to 300.
Yeah.
There's also, they could go down Page with it and connect to the existing sewer line on Business 30.
But it's at capacity, right?
But it's been at capacity since it was installed, yes.
What's the sewer line to SDI, the new one?
The one on 300.
Okay.
The
Because we have rights to that, use that. When we paid to put money in, I think there's in our agreement that we can add, I mean, there's no capacity, but that was part of the deal.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah the midpoint.
If I recall, I thought we had an agreement with the city that we're gonna pay for that, but if we wanna connect to it for expansion, we had the right to do that.
Yeah, the midpoint lift station is right there in the woods. We bought the property for that lift station from Brent, so it's down here. And yes, if we add another lift station up here by the river, up here, that would increase the capacity beyond what SDI needs minimally.
Don't you recall that when we paid to do that, we had an agreement that we could add for
I
development?
think there's some, it was talked about, I don't know what the language was though.
Okay.
So you're the one who wrote it, so I trust you on that one.
I'm recollecting, I mean, it's been 7 years or whatever it's been, so I don't remember, but I remember a discussion about that. But again, well, if the pump station would add capacity, then it's a possibility.
So I take back what I said about getting closer to utilities. It would get you closer to sewer by going that far south. Water is still an issue. You do have a floodplain that runs through the middle of the existing industrial area. This new area would not be encumbered by floodplain. It's really out of line with everything we've planned for, which is kind of where I'm falling back to. And without a plan or a prospective or even anything like that, it's kind of like, well, probably comes down to timing. And the Plan Commission will have to really weigh that out, and the commissioners then ultimately. So, further thing though, for the commission, if something does come up, this would be about half outside of the TIF district, so we might contemplate either doing a new TIF district or what the ramifications are of all of this, or whether we would even contemplate doing anything more. So that's something to be decided. Again,
I would say it's so remote that we would ever have a project here.
yeah.
Yeah, if some giant project was gonna come in here and spend tens of millions of dollars, you would wanna remove those parcels from the existing TIF, because it's expiring in 10 years or whatever it is, and create a new TIF with all of it for its own TIF to do a big project.
Yeah. think big project is a big, key term.
Yeah.
So, that's tomorrow night.
Any other matters? Okay, we'll do claims.
Got 3 here for you.
The first claim is Carson LLP, services through June, $1,303. The second claim is bond payment to Star, $37,000 even. And the third claim is Rogers Company, the Brent invoice for the project on 100 South, $12,636.
I believe they have 1 month left. It ends in at the end of August. So that'd be your second to last payment, unless that's a June payment, but. If they get a tenant in there quicker.
They get that lease signed.
Yeah, it'll terminate, they're, depending on what the terms are, that, yeah, it'll terminate sooner. I would imagine that if they're that close, that the execution of that lease may magically be the end of August. Yeah,
Funny how that.
yeah.
That's funny.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the claims as presented.
Okay, got a first, is there a second?
Second.
Second, any further discussion?
Signed it, Tony.
There being none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All them opposed, the same. Let it show that it all passed. Okay, we got a couple sets of minutes that we need to go over and look at. Has everybody had a chance to look at them? We can take them one at a time, or we can do them both. It's up to you, whatever you'd like to do.
There's gonna be abstentions, probably better do them one at a time.
Okay. We'll do June 11th, 2025.
I make a motion that we adopt the minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, the first and second. Any further discussion on it? Not, all of them in favor, raise your right hand. All of them opposed?
I'll abstain, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
I also abstained, since I was absent at meeting.
we'll show that we had 2 abstain and it passed. Okay, we got the one for June 24th, 2025.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, have a first,
Second.
we have a second. All them in further discussion? All them in favor, raise your right hand. All them opposed, the same.
I'll abstain for that vote.
I will as well.
Okay. Jill, you have anything?
Do not.
Anybody in the audience? Scott, any updates?
Bryce said no. But the update's about what? Specifically, no?
Just anything. Just making sure you're doing your job.
I was surprised we do have a well going in Thorn Creek Township's over 300 feet
It's past that.
over yesterday, so yeah,
It's already past that.
unusual.
Yes.
Usually, so it's interesting. You never know in the geology in Whitley County, we can be under 100, we could be over 4 or 5.
You just never know.
You just never know. But water is
You
there.
get the lava
somewhere.
coming up through it?
Close.
I've never hit oil that I'm aware of.
Andy, you have anything?
Nope, but let me know where the oil is.
Yes.
Mike,
Nothing.
John,
Nope.
Teresa?
Nothing further.
I have nothing. Nathan, Brent?
The only thing I can think is Teresa. I don't know if they have all been introduced to your new assistant.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I guess that's not. So we have a new assistant. Her name's Angela. We're excited to have her. If you need anything, I'm sure she will try to help you. So.
Okay. Brad, you have anything? Well, we'll stand adjourned then. Thank you.